welcome back to the Net Effect. I am Ashwati Krishna. We have been discussing media laws in several episodes. So today our topic is something different. Yes, it's all about important advertising models. Our agenda is to talk on 5 important advertising models from which you can expect questions in the National Eligibility Test. Let's begin. The AIDA model. The AIDA model. The AIDA model, that stands for Attention, Interest, Desire and Action, is an advertising effect model that identifies the stages that an individual goes through during the process of buying a product or service. The first step is to attract the attention of the people. In this stage, people should be made aware of the product. Placing advertisement in unexpected areas and vehicles will do the magic. In this stage, the main purpose of the advertisement is to make people aware that the product or service exists. When the consumer became or the people became aware of the product or service, the next stage is to generate interest in them. Creating interest among the consumers is the biggest challenge. With insightful planning and using of advertisements, this stage can be handled. In the third stage, the consumer or the people are forced to change their "I like the product or service" attitude to "I want it." In this stage, the customer realizes why they want that product or service. That is, the benefit of the product should be communicated. The last and the most important stage is the action stage. In this stage, the customer buys the product or service. A good advertising can prompt the consumer to purchase the product immediately. To achieve this, most of the companies introduce limited time offers, buy one get one free offers, and many more for their products. Do you want to know the developer of the model? The model was developed in 1898 by advertising pioneer Elmo Lewis in an attempt to explain how personal selling works. It describes the steps that a prospective customer goes through before deciding to buy a product or service. Lewis founded an advertising agency in 1896 called the Advertisers Agency, located in Philadelphia. Its business slogan, "Ask Lewis About It," gained legendary fame. Dagmar is a concept used in advertising to set advertising objectives and goals. Proposed by Russell H. Coley in 1961, the model describes 4 steps of an effective advertising campaign. The acronym Dagmar, DAGMAR, stands for Defining Advertising Goals to Measure Advertising Results. Dagmar takes AIDA a step further by emphasizing the need for effective goal setting. According to Russell Coley, there are 4 phases that all purchasing process go through. Number 1 is awareness. In this phase, people came to know the existence of a product. Second phase is comprehension. This phase is basically to help the people to understand the product, all the main characteristics like material, price, availability, etc. The third phase is conviction. It is a phase in which people's desire meet with the characteristics of the product. Actually, it's convincing the consumer that they need the product. The fourth and the most important phase is nothing but action. In this phase, the people approach or buy the product. Dagmar model always follows an action-reaction logic. That means it's a process of result-oriented goal setting. Hierarchy of effects model deals with the way an advertising influences a consumer's decision to purchase or not to purchase a product or service. The model demonstrates the transition of a person from being unaware of a product and ultimately becoming a customer. This marketing communication model was designed by Robert J. Lavich and Gary S. Taylor in 1961. Let's have a closer look. As we discussed before, giving awareness of the product is the key step in marketing a product. In this model also, the step is not different. In the knowledge stage, people or customer starts processing the information and compare the characteristics of the product with some similar products available in the market. These two stages comes under cognitive strategy. Cognitive stage can also be called the thinking stage. Liking and preference comes under affective strategy because at this stage the customers start having a feeling for the product or service. The cognitive stage focuses on action. Under this strategy comes conviction and purchase. This stage can be called the behavior stage of the process. So now let's move on to Ehrenberg's model of advertising. It's also known as the weak theory or ATRN model. He devised the theory when he found that the buyers are not that adventurous in purchasing a product. According to him, when a customer became comfortable with a product, then there is a chance for him to buy the same product again and again. They look for other products only when they become unhappy about that product. This theory states that people are only nudged or pushed gently by advertising to buy a product, and individual was almost on the way towards buying the product. Ehrenberg believed that advertising was responsible for generating awareness in a product, but that consumers could decide to try or trial a product for multiple reasons, not just because the advertising was so compelling. So let's move on to DRIP model. DRIP stands for differentiate, reinforce, inform and persuade. It was introduced by Chris Phil in his book Marketing Communications. The DRIP model, which can be used either for a new product or an existing product, is normally useful for setting broad communication goals. In the first step, the company needs to differentiate itself from their competitors. The company could communicate what makes them better than the rest. In the second step, reinforce, the company should communicate to their customers why they should buy the product. When they are able to give reasonable reasons for buying the product, then the campaign can be called a good one. Let's move on to the third stage called inform. The product a company introduces may be extraordinary, but there is no point if the people do not know about its existence. So it's highly important the way a company informs about a product. In this stage, every company should inform and educate people about their product. In the final stage, persuade, the people or audience are encouraged to purchase a product. In this stage, marketing departments make it sure that they are persuading their customers by constantly yet gently reminding them about their existence. That's all about the 5 important advertising models. I hope you got it. Please go through the video and take down your notes. Make every bit of the information useful for your coming exam. Have a great learning time. See you soon with another video. Bye-bye.